Welcome back, everyone, to another deep dive. Today, we're unpacking a really fascinating Zillow listing. It kind of makes you think about, raw potential. We are looking at McKinnon Rd. That's in Fayetteville, North Carolina. The MLS is a London 168505. It's a piece of unimproved land, currently listed for $204,000. And we should give a quick shout out to the listing agent, Deanna, for bringing this pretty intriguing parcel to the market.
Yeah, intriguing is the right word. And what's truly fascinating here, I think, isn't just the sheer size, right? It's almost 12 acres, 11.87 to be exact.
That's a substantial.
It is. But it's also the positioning. It's a rectangular plot, and crucially, it has dual road frontage.
Yeah.
It's bordered by McKinnon Rd and Fayetteville Road.
Okay, dual frontage. Why is that such a big deal for raw land?
Well, think about it. For raw land, that kind of access isn't just, convenient. It fundamentally changes things, like subdivision possibilities, getting in and out.
Yeah, ingress.
Exactly. For any potential developments down the line, or even just private access plans, having two road frontages is, well, it's a massive advantage.
Right, opens up options. That makes sense. Okay, so that dual frontage is key. But let's dig into another detail you mentioned, unimproved. It's described that way in the listing. For someone maybe thinking about a purchase like this, what does unimproved practically mean for a nearly 12-acre parcel? Like, what costs and timelines are we actually talking about?
Yeah, that's a critical question, really. Unimproved typically means, well, basically nothing's there yet, infrastructure-wise. No town water, no sewer hookups, probably no power run directly to the site itself.
Okay, bare bones.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So any vision for this property, whether it's just one house or, something bigger, you absolutely have to factor in those significant upfront costs. And the time it takes, right? Drilling a well, designing and installing a septic system, potentially bringing in power lines from the road. That all adds up.
So it's an investment that gives you, like, total control over the layout, density, all that.
Exactly. Complete control. But you need that careful budgeting for the initial build-out. It's not plug and play.
Got it. Control, but groundwork required.
Yeah.
Clear. Now, the listing also mentions a mix of cleared and wooded areas. Is that just like a nice aesthetic detail, or does it have real implications?
Oh, definitely not just picturesque. That natural division is, I'd say, highly strategic. Think about it. The cleared land offers immediate possibilities, maybe agriculture, get some tax breaks perhaps, or it's prime for building without huge clearing costs.
Right, you could picture a farm or maybe just a big homestead area.
Exactly. And then the wooded sections, they offer, well, value too, maybe timber, definitely natural privacy, a buffer zone, you can even get creative, agrotourism, maybe some rustic camping spots, or even thinking about carbon sequestration.
Interesting angles. Any challenges with that mix, though?
Well, the main thing you'd want to check, especially in the wooded bits, is potential wetlands. That could trigger specific environmental studies, permitting requirements. So due diligence there is key.
Okay, wetlands. Good point. So we've kind of peeled back the layers on the land itself. What about the market? How does it actually reacting to something like this? It's pretty unique. The listing says it's been on Zillow for 171 days. And it has 31 saves, 3 shares. What does that tell us?
That raises a really important question, I think, about how people look at raw land. 171 days on market. For a regular house, that might seem kind of long.
Yeah, definitely.
But for a big chunk of unimproved land like this, it often points to a very different buyer pool. They're usually deliberate, patient. They're not looking for a quick flip. They're probably looking for a long-term vision.
Okay, so the timeline isn't necessarily a red flag here.
Not necessarily, no.
Yeah.
And those 31 saves, that suggests real underlying interest. People are watching it. Maybe they're lining up financing, or maybe they're refining their specific development plan. They've bookmarked it.
And the 3 shares seems small.
It's small, yeah. But it could be significant. It might imply someone's actively discussing it, maybe sharing it with a potential partner, an architect, an investor. It suggests it's got a niche appeal, something specific that resonates enough to share. So yeah, maybe not a quick, easy sale, but it definitely seems to have a dedicated audience watching it.
That's a great way to look at it. So let's try and wrap this up. What does this all mean for the specific property? It sounds like a remarkable canvas, really. It offers unique control because it's unimproved. And incredible flexibility with that mix of cleared and wooded land, plus that dual road access we talked about.
Precisely. You put all that together, the dual access, the unimproved status that demands vision and investment, that varied topography for different uses, and then this kind of patient market engagement.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder, what specific kind of visionary buyer is this parcel really waiting for? It's not for everyone.
That really is the core question, isn't it? It makes you think. So, for you listening, what would you see as the most compelling use for 11.87 acres like this? Cleared and wooded, rural setting, but with those key factors, dual roads, needing infrastructure. What kind of vision does that kind of raw potential spark? Something to mull over.